Happy Tuesday, everyone! I hope you're having a great week so far. I've been looking over our survey results, and thank you so much to everyone who responded to our Tech Tuesday survey. I've gotten some really good feedback so far, and I have some ideas as to what direction we're going to be able to go with Tech Tuesday. So, a lot of our feedback told me that you want to learn about tech integration. So today we're going to learn about a program called Formative. I'm going to show you a really short introduction video, and after that we'll jump right into learning how to use it.
Formative is a classroom response system designed to track and accelerate student growth. With our form builder, you can create formative classwork, homework, or assessments. There are multiple types of questions available, including Show Your Work, where students can respond by drawing or uploading pictures. Content can also be added, like images or YouTube videos. Simply tag Common Core, NGSS, or custom standards for automatic growth tracking. For assignments you already love, upload any pre-existing PDF, Word doc, or Google Doc, and in seconds it can be transformed by adding questions or content. After an assignment has been created, it can then be shared with a quick code or assigned directly to a class. While your students work, you see all incoming responses in real time. In one click, you can grade any work or provide feedback. Finally, all results can be exported. Formative works for any grade, any subject, and on any internet-connected device. And the best part? It's free for teachers and students. So give it a try and get deeper insights into your classroom.
So, as you saw in the introduction, this is a really good tool to make interactive lessons. There are a few different ways that I've made assignments on Formative, and I'll go over the two different ways, and then I'll show you how to actually create the lessons on your own. The first lesson I'm going to show you is more of an all-inclusive method, and the second is more like a traditional assignment. So I'm going to put my code up here, and this is what your student screen would look like. And they can log in with their own account using Google, and there's a clever login. Okay, so this is the first type of formative assignment that I wanted to show you, and this is the more inclusive version. I created a really basic lesson about colonial America just to kind of show you what this looks like. This lesson has a main image with a lot of content embedded within the picture. So if you look around, you can see that the picture has these little icons on it. Each icon is some content. So there's videos, there's some text, and in the text boxes you can also put links. So you can either type in something you want them to know, or you can link it back to another website. So the students can kind of explore this at their own pace, but you can still watch it from your screen to see what they're working on. I'll switch screens for just a second to show you what that looks like on your end. So you can see which students have answered which questions, and you can kind of monitor their progress on here. Going back to the student screen, there's a question below the picture for each resource. So I only did one type of each question, but you can add as much or as little as you want to this. And the types of questions that you can add are open response, multiple choice, Canvas, which is this one down here that allows the students to draw. And there's also true false. So this is our second type of lesson on formative. Okay. So this lesson has all the same information as the last one, but I've spread it out a little bit more. So there was one picture at the top of the last one that had all of these links embedded within it, and now they're just spread out a little bit more, so there's a question below each source. The links and videos have sections of their own, and the questions go with that section. The students are getting the same information but from this format, so it really just depends on which of the two you're more comfortable with. And now that we've looked at these two forms, I'm going to show you what your screen will look like after the students have turned in their work. Okay, so this is your results screen. It automatically brings up single questions. So you can click on questions and see who's answered. And you can either mark it correct, or you can also do a summary, which will show you who's answered what. And you can click on each box and see what the students have said and either mark it as correct or incorrect. You can also export it to an Excel spreadsheet. We've gone over what Formative looks like after it's done, so now I'll go ahead and teach you how to create your own. The first thing you need to do is go to the website and create an account. And you can do this using your Google Apps login. So I've already created my account, so I'll just log in. There's also the option to sign in with Clever, so when your students create an account, they can log in with their Clever account and it'll all be here. So this is the page that you'll see when you log in. There's 3 tabs on this page. There's Assignments, Profile, and Classes. The Assignments tab is where you'll actually see the lessons that you've created. You can also make folders to keep them organized, so if you have different classes and you want to make different lessons for each, you can keep them organized that way. The Profile tab just holds all of your information about your account. And the Classes tab is where you can create classes and enroll students. We're going to go back to the Assignments tab, and we're going to go ahead and create a new assignment. This is the screen where you can customize everything. So the first thing you'll want to do is go ahead and change the name at the top of the screen. And you can do that by highlighting the text. So creating a lesson like the second one that I showed you is a little bit easier, so we can start with one like that. The first thing you need to do is click on the green Add Content button, and then decide which type of content you want to add. So you can use images, text block, and you can also insert hyperlinks into the text. There's a canvas for students to draw on or show their work, and then you can insert YouTube videos. You can upload content by either click and drag, or you can actually go select your file. So once you've done that, you can add your questions underneath, and you can do multiple choice, show your work, short answer, or true false. The multiple choice and true false can automatically be graded, but the show your work and short answer are the 2 that you'll have to actually go in and grade yourself. Now that we've added that, I'm going to go back and show you how to make the more interactive type of lesson. So that one is called the Upload and Transform tool. So I'm going to just go back and get the same image. You can also upload PDFs or other types of files, but if you do something like that, you can only do 5 pages. Now that the picture's on here, you can click anywhere and add a question or content. So let's say, for example, I want to find a YouTube video about the Statue of Liberty. I can do Add Content, and then I can search YouTube or paste a URL. And then you can just select whichever one you want to use. And if you click on the icon, it'll just make that disappear again. So this is kind of more like an interactive museum type feel. The questions you could probably use if you were going to do a math problem. So if you had a PDF of a test that you had done before, you could click anywhere on it and add a question. So that's a good option to use the question feature. And then you can also add questions below, like we did on the other one. So now that I've shown you how to use it, I'm just going to give you a couple of tips that'll make it a little bit easier. When you add content or questions, it automatically puts it on the bottom. So I'm just going to add another question to show you what that looks like. It automatically puts it on the bottom and gives you an arrow. So if you click the arrow key, you can move it up or down. If you want to see what this will look like to your students, you can click the preview button at the top. And it's going to show you what it'll look like on their end. And then just click Build to go back to the page where you were editing. And then I showed you the live view earlier, but you can click that anytime and see if any students have worked on it yet. And again, if no one's responded, it'll tell you that and give you the option to assign it. So you can assign it to certain classes, or you can make it available for everyone. And if you do that, you'll just need to give them the quick code over here. Formative will generate this code for you, and that will give anyone access. But if you do it that way, the students won't create an account and won't log in. So they'll have to manually enter their name, and they won't be able to get feedback. So if you want to give them feedback after they've done these assignments, you need to make sure they sign in. You can also share it as a link or in your Google Classroom. Alright, so that was our first online Tech Tuesday. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, just post them in the Google Classroom and I'll answer them on there so everyone can see them. And if you have any recommendations for anything you want to learn about, just post them there as well. And thank you guys so much for doing this. Have a great day!